Do you ever wonder what separates a garden that thrives through winter from one that fades into bare beds? October might feel like the end of the growing season, but the truth is, it's one of the most important months you can plant. Get your soil right, plant the right crops, and you'll harvest fresh produce even when frost is knocking on the door. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 crops you absolutely should start in October, with full details on varieties, planting techniques, care, and troubleshooting. These plants set you up for an early spring or winter harvest that most gardeners never enjoy. 1. Garlic, the king of fall planting. October is truly garlic season. While most of the garden is slowing down, this is when garlic comes alive, quietly preparing underground for a powerful comeback in spring. Planting in October gives your cloves exactly what they crave: cool soil, steady moisture, and that essential cold dormancy period known as vernalization. This chilling phase helps garlic form big, well-shaped bulbs later on. Start with firm, healthy bulbs from a reliable source, not the ones at the grocery store, which are often treated to prevent sprouting. Break each bulb into individual cloves, but don't peel off their papery skins. Those wrappers protect the clove from rot and pests while it settles in. Choose a sunny, well-drained spot in your garden. Garlic hates soggy roots, so if your soil is heavy, mix in compost and a bit of sand or perlite for aeration. Before planting, enrich the bed with organic matter: compost, aged manure, or a sprinkle of bone meal or rock phosphate to encourage root growth. Plant each clove with the pointed tip facing up and the flat root end down, about 2 inches deep and 4 to 6 inches apart. Cover gently with soil, water well, and then mulch thickly with straw, shredded leaves, or pine needles. This blanket will keep the soil temperature stable, suppress weeds, and protect your garlic from freeze-thaw cycles during winter. Once the cold sets in, not much happens above ground, and that's perfectly normal. Under the surface, roots are spreading and anchoring the plant for a strong start next spring. When the first warm days arrive, you'll see fresh green shoots pushing through the mulch. That's your cue to feed with a nitrogen-rich fertilizer or compost tea to boost leaf growth. Keep the bed weed-free and water consistently through spring and early summer. When the lower leaves begin to yellow, usually by midsummer, it's harvest time. Gently loosen the bulbs from the soil, brush off the dirt, and cure them in a dry, airy spot for a few weeks before storage. Garlic planted in October almost always produces larger, more flavorful bulbs than those planted in spring. The slow, steady development through winter helps the cloves divide evenly and store longer too. For an extra bonus, plant a few cloves closer together and harvest their tender green shoots in early spring known as green garlic. It's mild, fresh, and perfect for stir-fries or soups. And don't forget to rotate your garlic bed each year to prevent disease buildup, especially problems like white rot or nematodes. A 3 to 4 year rotation works best. Garlic rewards patience. Plant once in fall, and you'll be harvesting plump, fragrant bulbs right when summer hits. 2. Shallots and winter onions, the overlooked fall powerhouses. If you've only ever planted onions in spring, you're missing out on one of the easiest and most rewarding fall crops: shallots and winter onions. October is the ideal time to get them into the ground, giving them a jump start before the soil freezes. By planting now, you're setting yourself up for an early, vigorous harvest next spring, weeks ahead of schedule. Start with healthy sets or transplants, never soft or moldy bulbs. These cool season alliums thrive when soil temperatures are mild, around 50-60 degrees Fahrenheit, 10-15 degrees Celsius. Choose a well-drained, nutrient-rich bed, ideally amended with compost and a sprinkle of bone meal or wood ash for extra potassium. Poor drainage is their worst enemy. Sitting in cold, soggy soil can lead to rot. Plant each bulb 1 to 2 inches deep, with the pointed tip facing upward, spacing them about 6 inches apart in rows 12 inches apart. Once planted, water lightly and cover the bed with a thick layer of mulch, straw, shredded leaves, or pine needles. This insulation helps prevent frost heaving when bulbs get pushed out of the soil during freeze-thaw cycles. Over winter, your shallots and onions quietly develop strong root systems. They don't show much above ground until temperatures rise again, but don't worry. Underground, they're establishing the foundation for a healthy crop. Come early spring, they'll send up green shoots long before most vegetables even wake up. By late spring or early summer, you'll be rewarded with plump bulbs ready to cure and store, or tender green shoots for cooking. Shallots in particular are prized for their delicate, slightly sweet flavor, somewhere between onion and garlic, perfect for sauces, dressings, and roasts. They're also more cold tolerant than garlic, making them a reliable choice even in regions with harsh winters. A bit of mulch and well-draining soil are usually all they need to make it through to spring in excellent condition. Pro tip: avoid planting them in the same bed as garlic or onions from the previous season to reduce the risk of disease. Rotate your alliums every 2 to 3 years for best results. 3. Spinach, overwinter, cold hardy varieties. The first green of spring. Spinach is one of the most dependable and rewarding crops to plant in October. While most gardeners think of it as a spring green, the real secret lies in planting cold hardy varieties in fall. Ones that can handle frost, snow, and short winter days like absolute champions. Varieties such as Giant Winter, Matador, and Bloomsdale Longstanding are built for endurance, thriving in cool weather and bouncing back the moment the days lengthen again. The key to success with overwinter spinach is timing and protection. Sow your seeds 2 to 4 weeks before the ground freezes. The goal is for plants to grow just enough to develop a sturdy rosette of small leaves before winter sets in, not to mature fully. This way, they can survive cold temperatures and leap into growth at the first hint of spring sunshine. Prepare a loose, fertile bed rich in organic matter, ideally with compost mixed in. Spinach hates compacted or waterlogged soil. Sow seeds about 1 to 2 inch deep, spacing them 2 to 3 inches apart, and thin if needed once seedlings appear. After sowing, water lightly and cover with a thin mulch of straw or shredded leaves to buffer temperature swings. For extra protection in colder zones, use row covers, low tunnels, or cold frames. Simple structures that can raise soil and air temperature just enough to keep your plants alive through the coldest months. Under protection, spinach can tolerate temperatures as low as 20 to deep, 6 degrees warming, without serious damage, and even if it wilts or looks sad after a freeze, it usually bounces back once it thaws. During winter, your spinach will sit quietly, focusing on root development rather than leaf production. Then, as daylight increases in late February or March, it will burst into growth, giving you fresh, tender greens long before your spring-planted crops even germinate. This makes overwinter spinach one of the earliest and most satisfying harvests of the gardening year. Another bonus, overwintered spinach often has a sweeter flavor. The natural sugars in the leaves increase as a defense against freezing, giving the spring harvest an exceptional taste that's richer and less bitter than summer spinach. Pro tips: avoid over-fertilizing in fall. Too much nitrogen encourages excessive growth, making the plants more vulnerable to freeze damage. Harvest outer leaves carefully in early spring to encourage continued growth before it bolts in late spring. Rotate your spinach bed yearly to prevent soil diseases like downy mildew. With a little planning and minimal protection, overwinter spinach can provide you with lush, flavorful greens months before most gardeners even start planting. It's one of the easiest, most productive cold season crops you can grow. Truly the definition of plant once, harvest twice. 4. Cover crops, green manures, clover, rye, mustard, mixes. The secret to next year's success. Cover crops might not fill your plate right away, but they're one of the smartest October plantings you can make. Think of them as an investment, a way to feed your soil, prevent erosion, and set up a richer, healthier garden for spring. Many experienced gardeners swear their best harvests start with what they plant after the main season ends. By sowing cover, crops like winter rye, crimson, or berseem clover, hairy vetch, mustard, or field peas, you're growing a living blanket for your soil. Each plays a vital role. Rye holds nutrients, suppresses weeds, and breaks up compacted soil with its deep roots. Clover and legumes fix nitrogen from the air, enriching your soil naturally. Mustard helps cleanse the soil by suppressing nematodes and disease. Sowing in October gives these plants time to germinate and form strong roots before winter. Even small green growth above ground protects your soil from erosion, nutrient loss, and frost damage. Underneath, their roots improve structure and feed beneficial microbes all winter long. To plant, simply clear your beds, loosen the soil, scatter the seeds, and rake them in about 1 by 2 inch deep. Water once and let nature take over. Hardy species like rye or vetch thrive in cold climates, while clover and mustard do well in milder regions. In spring, before the plants flower, cut them down or till them under to create nutrient-rich green manure. As they decompose, they release nitrogen and organic matter, turning your soil dark, loose, and full of life. Within weeks, it's ready for your next round of crops, healthier and more fertile than ever. Pro tip: mixing legumes, like clover or peas, with grasses like rye gives you the best results. Balanced nutrients, improved soil texture, and weed suppression. By planting cover crops in October, you're giving your garden a rest and a recharge. It's an effortless step that pays off big with richer soil, stronger plants, and higher yields next year. 5 broad beans, fava beans, winter sowing in mild climates. If you live in a region with mild winters or can offer frost protection, broad beans, fava beans, are one of the best crops to plant in October. They thrive in cool temperatures and actually prefer to grow in the chill of fall and early spring, when most plants struggle. By sowing now, you're giving them a head start to establish strong roots before the deep cold sets in, which leads to earlier blooms and heavier harvests next season. Choose cold hardy varieties like Aqua Dulce Claudia, Whitkiam Manita, or Super Aqua Dulce, which are bred to handle lower temperatures. Plant your seeds about 1.5 to 2 inches deep and 8 to 10 inches apart in rows spaced around 18 inches apart. Broad beans prefer well-drained soil enriched with compost or aged manure. Avoid overly rich nitrogen fertilizers. They can cause too much leafy growth at the expense of pods. Once planted, give your beans a light mulch of straw or shredded leaves to protect them from frost heaving and temperature swings. In very cold areas, zones below 7, you can start them under a cold frame, polytunnel, or greenhouse, or even sow them in containers to transplant once the weather begins to warm. Through late fall and winter, the plants will focus on root development, quietly building strength below ground. Come, early spring, as the days lengthen and temperatures rise, they surge into growth, producing sturdy stems and fragrant white flowers that soon give way to pods. The result? You'll be harvesting plump, flavorful fava beans weeks before spring-sown ones are even flowering. Beyond their value as an edible crop, broad beans are natural soil builders. Like other legumes, they fix nitrogen in the soil through nodules on their roots, enriching it for future crops. After harvest, you can cut the plants at the base and leave the roots to decompose, adding organic matter and nutrients back into your garden bed. Pro tip: if heavy frost threatens, cover your broad beans with garden fleece or low tunnels. They'll tolerate light freezes but appreciate a bit of protection from harsh winds or snow. By sowing fava beans in October, you're doing more than just getting an early harvest. You're building healthier soil, extending your growing season, and ensuring your garden stays productive even through the colder months. 6. Peas, early spring pea preparation, autumn sowing in mild zones. Peas are one of those classic spring vegetables. But if you live in a mild or temperate climate, October is actually a fantastic time to start them. Planting peas now can give you a huge advantage in early spring. The seeds germinate in cool soil, and even if growth slows or pauses through winter, the plants will already have established root systems, ready to burst into vigorous growth as soon as temperatures rise. Choose cold-tolerant varieties such as Kelvedon Wonder, Meteor, Oregon Sugar Pod 2, or Douce Provence. These varieties can handle chilly nights and light frost without issue. In areas with mild winters, zones 7 to 10, you can sow directly outdoors. In colder regions, use row covers, cold frames, or unheated greenhouses for protection, or start your seeds in trays to transplant early next spring. Prepare your soil well before planting. Peas love rich, loose, well-drained soil. Mix in compost or aged manure and ensure your bed has good drainage. Peas hate sitting in soggy soil. Plant seeds about 1 inch deep, spaced 2 up 3 inches apart, and provide support structures like trellises or pea netting right away. Installing supports early prevents disturbing the delicate roots later. Once the seeds are in, water lightly and cover the bed with a thin layer of straw or shredded leaves to help regulate moisture and protect from temperature fluctuations. In colder months, your peas may germinate slowly and remain small through winter, but underground, roots are quietly growing stronger. By late February or early March, as daylight increases, these overwintered peas will rocket upward, flowering and producing pods long before spring-sown peas even sprout. The reward is an early harvest of crisp, sweet peas, one of the freshest tastes of the new growing season. In regions where winters are too harsh for fall planting, October is still the ideal month to prepare your pea bed. Clear out summer crops, loosen the soil, amend with compost, install trellises or supports, and cover the area with mulch or a tarp to protect it from erosion. That way, the moment the ground thaws in early spring, you're ready to sow right away. Pro tip: peas enrich the soil with nitrogen through their root nodules. After harvest, cut the vines at soil level instead of pulling them up. But the remaining roots will release nitrogen back into the ground, improving fertility for your next crop. By taking time in October to sow or prepare for peas, you're setting the stage for a bountiful early harvest and healthier soil to kick off your spring garden strong. 7. Turnips and mustard greens, the overlooked fall powerhouse crops. Turnips and mustard greens are two of the most rewarding crops you can plant in October. They're fast-growing, cold-hardy, and thrive when most summer vegetables are fading away. Whether you're growing for crisp roots, tender greens, or both, these cool season champions deliver flavor, nutrition, and dependability all through fall and into early spring. Let's start with turnips. These versatile vegetables love cool weather. In fact, they taste sweeter after a light frost. The cold triggers the plant to convert starches into sugars, resulting in mild, crisp, and subtly sweet roots. Choose fast-maturing varieties like Hakare, Purple Top White Globe, or Tokyo Cross if you're aiming for roots, or Seven Top if you want to focus on greens. Turnips are surprisingly easy to grow. Sow seeds directly in the garden about 1 to 2 inch deep, spaced about 2 inches apart, and thin seedlings once they emerge to 4 to 6 inches for larger roots. They germinate well in cool, moist soil, and you'll see sprouts within a week. Consistent moisture is key. Dry soil can make the roots woody and the leaves tough. If you're growing in raised beds or containers, ensure at least 8 inches of soil depth for root development. Now let's talk mustard greens, the fiery, leafy cousins that bring a zesty punch to salads, stir-fries, and soups. Mustard greens thrive in cooler weather and grow incredibly fast, often ready to harvest in 25-40 days. Some great fall varieties include Red Giant, Southern Curled, Green Wave, and Red Frills. Sow mustard seeds shallowly, about 1 to 4 inch deep, and space plants 6 to 8 inches apart for leafy growth. If you want baby greens, scatter seeds more densely and harvest early. These plants love rich, loose soil amended with compost, and they'll reward you with vibrant, vitamin-packed leaves even as temperatures dip into the 20s. DSREF. Light frosts actually improve their flavor, reducing bitterness and adding a subtle sweetness. Both crops can overwinter in many zones with a little protection. Use mulch, straw, or row covers to shield them from harsh freezes. In milder regions, turnips and mustard greens can continue growing slowly through winter, then surge with new life once spring daylight returns. You'll enjoy one of the earliest, freshest harvests long before most gardeners have planted their first seeds. If your winters are severe, you can still extend the season with cold frames or low tunnels. Even a simple plastic cover can make a huge difference. Harvest outer leaves regularly to encourage continuous growth and prevent bolting when spring arrives. Pro tips: for a steady supply, sow small batches every 2 to 3 weeks until the first hard frost. Turnip greens are edible and highly nutritious, rich in vitamins A, C, and K. Mix mustard and turnip greens together for a diverse harvest of flavors and textures. Whether you're after spicy greens for your skillet or buttery sweet roots for roasting, turnips and mustard greens are some of the easiest and most rewarding fall crops you can grow. In October, they don't just survive, they thrive, bringing life, color, and flavor to your garden when almost everything else is shutting down. Remember, fall gardening isn't just about extending the season. It's about building momentum for the next one. Every root that grows through the cold means stronger soil, healthier plants, and an earlier harvest next spring. So don't let October slip away. Grab those seeds, plant those cloves, and keep your garden going strong. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe for more smart seasonal gardening tips, and tell me in the comments what you're planting this fall. Until next time, keep growing even when it's cold outside.